Okay. Do you think it's kind of growing like a monster?
No.
Or is it? No. Okay.
Let's find it out. How much do we have? Members. 800.
Every day new people, I guess.
Yeah, but it could be faster.
Your vision of the future. Is there anything you'd like to achieve in the Discord stuff that you want some help with, or that you don't mind telling us about?
What I initially want to achieve is actually what we're doing right now.
Okay.
And that is basically, yeah. How do I put that?
Well, no, it might be a private topic, you know, but
no, I don't know how to. Yeah, well, we just talking shit about the markets, basically, and
okay.
and exchanging ideas. But this is more a real-time thing and not something planned. That's what is actually what I wanted to do. Do you know Tasty Trade?
Do I know a Tasty Trade now?
Yeah, out of Las Vegas, I think.
Yeah, it's owned by Tom Sosnoff. And they have something similar, but they are professionals because Sosnoff sold his trading software for $400 million to Ameritrade.
Wow.
So he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But I wanted to do something similar, but for the retail realm and more focus on Forex, because there is no such thing. This just doesn't exist.
Wow. Trendsetter. Very good.
Yeah, it's trendsetting.
Do you ever think that one day you'll do training courses?
No.
SwingFish training courses?
No.
No. Never.
No, seriously, no. Because I'm a bad teacher.
Well, there's going to be lots of people that you meet and help over the years. That there might be some with the training skill.
Yeah, but it's better to. That's why this is very much all non-profit based. I try to keep that spirit up as much as possible. So if the community is big enough, then the idea is to just have somebody who actually is an educator and have an established business, just forward the people to them, and instead of getting a commission, getting them a better price.
Do you ever think that you'll have your own group of traders? You'll manage a little team of traders that you trust, and one day you'll just retire and maybe manage the team?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. What I want to do, yeah. But not with client funds. That's also something I'm not really into. All this fund management stuff, this is just a big... basically the investors give the people a playground to do whatever the fuck they want. And yeah, and if they do it wrong, then sorry.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and that's why I do that differently. On my website, I actually trade a ton of client money, but not officially. That's something which is very different.
Got it.
Because all the money I trade is companies' own money, but the money comes from investors, of course, and they get paid interest instead of capital instead of shared profit.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that on the website, and I like the fact that you're putting out your videos each day, and yeah, I wish you the best of luck. I like this community.
On the business perspective, on the business side, I'm not a saint or whatever. I have to make money too. SwingFish serves for me personally just to fight the loneliness of trading. That's one factor, and the other one is to provide a proof of concept.
I didn't really understand the proof of concept thing.
It's not really there. So you don't have to, don't blame yourself that you not get it, because it's not really there.
Okay, well that makes it really clear. Thank you for that.
Hey, it's true, because what I offer and what I do is are two different things by law.
Ah, gotcha.
Because I risk money for living, and I cannot offer that to clients. Well, I can, but I don't want to. What I offer to clients is loans, and yeah, this is kind of a problem. But what I do, what SwingFish does, is risking money for living.
Essentially, yeah, and I appreciate you got to be careful for legal reasons. What a minefield.
Yeah, I just got a very long email from the monetary authority in Singapore. They have some issues with my website.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, because apparently you cannot guarantee income.
Yeah, but it says on your website that it's kind of backed by that banking institution or wherever it is, that company you've teamed up with, and it does say it guarantees not to lose your funds because you have a deal with them. I think that's the gist.
Yeah, but still there is no guarantee. I mean, there is a guarantee by contract, and in the contract I personally become liable as well. So even if the company goes broke, you can still get your money back. But
I thought it was like maybe somehow you had an insurance deal that.
Oh yeah, I have that. I have that with the bank. But that's a different story. That's this is all given. But the problem is that you still cannot, by law, actively advertise something as no risk attached.
Oh.
So they say, like, if Trump tomorrow drops a nuclear bomb on Singapore, then the whole country will be gone, and then I will not be able to pay the customers. Stuff like that. I don't know. This is the only explanation I found so far.
So you're gonna have to change the wording on your website.
Yeah,
to
pretty much. But, that's why the company is in Singapore, actually, because the government and the law is very clear. So they're not keep making interpretations until you're dying.
And because it's a unique service, yeah, you're in territory that's unknown, I guess.
Yeah, but the investment territories, they are very well known in Singapore. And that's also a reason why they are having a very close eye on me.
Oh.
But that's okay, actually, that's a good thing. This actually was initiated by some trolls. In another Discord, I just joined the Discord and had some trading talk. I didn't even advertise because I don't do that shit. And then they start to attacking me immediately.
Assholes.
And some of them actually reported me by the monetary authorities. But hey, I'm still here, so I guess that didn't work out, you idiots.
Who knows what?
Actually, they seriously try to fuck me over. I mean, for real. And this is already next level trolling, but I don't care. But in the end, they actually did me a favor, because the monetary authorities did, because of that, had a very close look on my company and on the websites and what I do.
Look, you've got a great attitude to pull. Like I say, you can pull a flower out of a turd. You know, take the best out of every situation.
That's pretty much
a pretty shitty situation.
I mean, if there will be something shady going on, I will not be there anymore. They will just froze my bank accounts. Because this is the government, they can do that.
I guess that they can just put you in prison without a reason as well, in Thailand.
Singapore
no, in Singapore.
Authoritarian.
Oh. I'm probably thinking of China.
In Thailand, you cannot do stuff like that. This is just suicide.
Well,
Because in 5 minutes there will be a new law and then you're fucked.
Yeah.
And in Singapore you don't have this kind of problems. This is a very modern country. The law is in English. And if you call the government, you actually get an answer. And if the person you're talking to has no clue what they're talking about, then they say, sorry, I don't know. And this is something you can really work with. I mean, in every email they tell you, ask your lawyer, ask your lawyer, ask your lawyer. Damn, ask your lawyer. But they still tell you what they think of it.
In England, they say, go to the website. Go to the website. Can you hold, please? And then 2 hours later, yeah, I'll just put you through to somebody, and then they cut you off. Because they're bastards. It's impossible to get a straight answer out of anybody.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And in Singapore, this is just not the case. They keep telling you they're not allowed to give you legal advice, blah blah blah. I understand it, but they say, but if you do that, you're gonna go to jail. Something like that. But I'm not allowed to give you legal advice, okay?
Well, you're gonna have to bring us up to speed on who's giving you shit and what Discord channel. You never know who's on your side.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like if Dieter can make 1,000 web requests to a demo server and shut it down, you know, who knows what other skills he's got to annoy people.
Yeah, it's just the broker protecting himself by closing their accounts.
Yeah.
So most brokers have limitations for this kind of stuff. It's approximately, by the most brokers, it's about 2,000 orders per day or something like that.
All right,
but if you commit real money, if you just say, okay, I'm gonna deposit 100 grand in this account, and but I need this restriction to be gone, it will be gone. But if you're just flooding the demo server and never commit any money, then sure, why should they do that? It's no point.
Okay, more relevant example. There's a big thing about copyright infringement at the moment on YouTube. Professional scammers just pretend that they've got rights to something in your video and then take money off the video, like you're experiencing with some music in one of your videos. But imagine if you didn't have anybody's illegal content in your video and somebody just whacks a claim on it and says, oh, that's got my friend in the background, that's got my material in it, can I have the money for that, please? It's then down to you to object to it and prove it and go through a fight. So we got scammers that are just shutting down channels left, right and center.
Yeah,
YouTube taking money.
YouTube sends you an email, and in this email there are 2 links where you can, they tell you can just ignore this email and we're gonna monetize the video and the revenue goes to the copyright owner. And they tell you exactly at what location in your video is the copyright infringement, and you can just mute the audio in that time. Or you tell them that this is not correct, and then they're gonna dispute it.
So imagine if one of these people bothering you has a YouTube channel, and maybe 10-20 people object to it because they feel that it's racist, it maybe has copyright infringement, it's sexist, you know, just object to their videos and have their channel shut down. You know, there are ways to get revenge if you need it.
Yeah, sure. But it's not worth the time anyway.
Yeah, that's a good attitude.
I just have it like this. I'm still there, and you're still living with your mother. So fuck off. That's how I think about this stuff. I mean, these people have clearly nothing to do, so whatever.
Very mature. Well done.
Well, about this copyright stuff, you have to actually be enlisted as a publisher on the YouTube system to make any claims. This is not easy to do.
I thought it was easy to do.
Yeah, you can claim a video as
Copyright infringement.
Copyright, no. You have to be a registered publisher to do it. But if you can still flag the video as inappropriate or something like that. Racism, sexual, blah blah blah, whatever.
Anyway.
But to make money out of it, for that you have to be a registered publisher, and this is actually pretty hard to do.
Yeah, so it's a dark subject and not needed, so yeah, that's cool.
Where's everybody? What do you mean you're watching YouTube?
Explain some about the vWap. I've never used it before. I heard you were the professional one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What do you use the vWap for? Like...
I don't. I'm just kidding. vWap. I use the vWap for two things actually. I declare I'm okay. This is just a plain day trading thing. This has nothing to do with anything else. I declare the day as a green day if the price is over the vWap for myself. So this is my first rule. Like if the price is higher than vWap, I only buy. If the price is lower than vWap, I only sell. As example. And you can make a conservative rule out of that. If you have like a higher time frame, which I usually have, then you say, okay, if we are in an uptrend and the price is below vWap, we don't trade at all. But I don't do that because I'm addicted. but that's a different topic.
Interesting.
Yeah, what I trade, there are actually many ways to do that. What I do is I trade vWap reversals mainly. That means price comes back to the vWap and then I have an order waiting there to pick it up.
Okay.
That's what I mainly do. And if price crossing the vWap, I also wait for the reversal, but this is more tricky, but yeah, this works as well.
Okay. Yeah, I have to study a bit more on that.
I can give you an example. Let's do some hindsighting, like the educators do. Didn't you see that last week? You buy there and sell there. It's easy as pie. Are you stupid or what? I hate these kind of people, seriously. Could rant about them all day, 24/7. Like, dude, this is so easy to make money. Just buy here and sell there.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, let me just pick something, yeah. What I usually do is I trade the opening. No, I don't. What I'm talking about. I wait for the opening, so, and then there is usually some volatility, but nothing really happening. What do I have? I just have a Australian dollar, Japanese yen open, that just looks really good. Just a second. All right.
What are we doing? Checking the live stream or looking for pictures in Hold My Beer or Trading Room? Oh, live stream.
Works both? It should work both. Just have some... Okay, there. Alright. Where's the Discord? So this is Australian dollar, Japanese yen, but it doesn't really matter which one it is. You see there where the vWap goes straight up in a line. This is where it's reset. You cannot really. on a programming side.
I'm
cut
saying
the
that,
line.
but does everybody else on the live stream know what they're looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look the live stream, or I posted it also in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
So the vWap resets at on the Tokyo opening. So yeah, about there's a gap actually in the price. You see where the pivot line starts. This is actually the start of the day, which is Wellington opening. You see, there's a very tiny gap in the candles, and then there's another tiny gap a little bit later. This is when Sydney comes in.
Okay, with you.
But I reset the vWap on Tokyo opening because the futures are starting to trade, and everything comes to life, like the US dollar futures trading and the indices and everything. But on Sydney, this is just all dead. Gold also. Gold is trading with Sydney. Anyway, so there's for some time nothing happening. This is actually a bad example, but this is just how it is. I mean, and on the moment the price breaking out, you search for buy. How to say that? Yes, you search for buy setups, but there is none. There are none actually on this. Yeah, this is very bad example. Oh, here's another one the day before. Let's pick that one. Yeah, that's a nice one. Alright, there we are. So Tokyo opens, there's some spike in volatility, price drops immediately below the vWap, and then you see it's keep retesting the vWap, but it's never going over.
Cool.
And what I do, but I don't trade the first hour or so because of the volatility. You saw it on today's opening. There is just noise, but this 15 pip noise that you cannot trade that. It's just gambling. There is also a lot of volume. I would not have traded this because it's spiking over too much. Anyway, just for the sake of the strategy, I will place a limit order about half a pip or one pip below the vWap, because we are below the vWap. So if price comes back to the vWap, the order will be filled, and I just ride it on the way to all the way down, and then I just take the next resistance to exit the trade, which would be then here, like this.
Cool.
Okay, this is just a tiny trade because there was nothing that happened in Sydney, but yeah, these are tiny trades. I mean, because there's no trend going on, that's why it's a tiny trade. But still, it's a trade. I would have this with a 2 pip stop, like here. So this will never be mid 2.5, and I would have exit at 8.9. 2.5. 8.9. That's yeah. It's better if you can use a calculator. It's a risk reward from 1 to 3.5. And this trade happened in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles.
Tell me about the volume. You
So
looked at the volume early on and said, no, the volume's all fucked up. What are you looking for on the volume?
No, not volume, the price movement. The volume doesn't really matter at this point.
Okay,
you see here, this is perfect here. Right after the opening, there is one retest and a few more retests, but the price stays below. So the direction is very clear. But then the trade is over after 8 pips, because this is the next resistance. But then it spikes up immediately and shoots quite far over. About 4 pips, and that's already too much. So you know there are some buyers in the market that want to get the market up. But do you see they're being massively rejected? I mean, if I would have take this trade, this will be over in 3 minutes, in 5 minutes max. But this is, I would not have taken this trade because it shoot too much over. And the next one is the same problem. At this point of time, you have a different. We have already an established trend. I mean, this is like a micro trend. Like at this time, we would have here the support here. Okay, this would not be a good trade. But as I said, I would not have taken it anyway because it shoot too much over. This is not a good day. Bad example.
But the next one to that, you would have taken.
I would have taken the first one. I mean, the price shoots up, but that doesn't really matter. This is just order placements on the bell. Like there were orders waiting in Tokyo, and they were all executed in the first few seconds. That's why there is these large candles. This is very normal.
Good info.
But then the price drops down, and then you see the price just stops, and the volume is also go down. So the order placements are over after 3 minutes, and then price moves up again, and this is where I would have entered here for sure, because this is a very nice setup. I mean, we don't see what has happened after. Let me just move the chart to. Oh wait, let me just put a box there or something. So you see this contrast is kind of bad. Alright. It's like this, we don't see what's behind, what price action after is. You see the price spikes up, and that's why you enter with a limit order preferred. And then you see as the price continues to, but it's never going more than 2 pips up. So you know the sentiment is very clear. And then the volume goes up. You see here the volume goes up, and it just drops.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but before we have to take the next support at this, and this would be here. The support was created in the by Wellington and Sydney, and this is where you exit. So these are extremely short-lived and very small range trades, but the probabilities are extremely high. And
that's brilliant.
And you have basically no drawdown, because these trades either work immediately or you get fucked right away. That's why you can do that on a 2 pip stop, because if it goes over, the sentiment is not correct, and this may not work at all. So just take the loss or hedge.
It's a whole new way for me to look at the markets on a 3-minute chart. That's amazing.
And this is this is actually a bad example, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I don't know why this is so bad. This is actually since a few weeks already, as the markets are being extremely bad.
Didn't we have Japan news around about past midnight? 2 hours after rollover Australian Open time.
Today?
In the last couple of days, didn't we have a Bank of Japan interest rate or something? Heavy news yesterday, maybe, if that's what you were looking at. I'll check my facts.
Yeah, okay, if there's a news event, then this is all fucked, of course. Then that's not gonna work. This is just normal market reactions. Here's another example I would have traded, which didn't work, or maybe it would. Well, I know myself, I'm greedy. I will draw the resistance to a higher point. The pivot is above, so I maybe will even take that one as a target. Yeah, the pivot lines are very close by, so in a normal operation I would have that as target, or the trend line which is nearby, which would be this one, like this. okay, while the day progresses, I keep drawing this line, so I usually have a few more on the chart, which I never use. I just have to have them there. But I know myself, I would have take this pivot line as a target. It's either this line being hit. Let's just remove that one. It's either this line being hit or the pivot. But you see, this trade did fail. I will enter here at the reversal. So the price broke over, so the day becomes green in my small universe, and then price drops back to the vWap, and this is where I will have a buy limit order. And then I will take this nearby resistance as a profit line.
It's a new way of drawing trend lines to me. Yeah.
Yeah, but
good.
the price action is really shitty. I would maybe not even have taken it at all. But if I would have taken it, this is what I will do. But if you see, if I would just had it put here, it would work. But well, this is at the moment I have the order here. I don't know what happened here. What happens here? I see the pivot line is here. This is very clear. So this is an easy target, so to speak. So I will try to find a point where a few of the prices line up. So this is yeah 1, 2, 3. So this is perfect, but it didn't work out. Well, it's never a safe bet. But again, this is a 2-pip stop. So yeah, well, this is a bad example.
No, you bad example, but you explained it well. Thank you. You probably explained it maybe 10 or 20 times to me and other people in the room since I've been here. But nice to see it again. Thank you.
I'm gonna check the live stream again.
Okay, this is just a shitty pair. There is nothing to do with it. Let's just pick another one. A more hindsight example.
It was the Japan unemployment rate at half an hour after Australian. Well, 12th.
Today?
I get mixed up on. Yeah, today.
It's here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a good example. This is good as you bring that up, because this is news. And then everybody say markets go high, why, and blah blah blah, and look what happened.
It's still retraced to the vWap before takeoff.
Yeah, because there's a reason for that, and that's why I trade the vWap. Okay, there is no setup. We have to be clear. There is no setup. If you see the prices keeps being rejected, and you don't see, I mean, we don't know, we don't see what's here. Would be hindsight to okay, we have to see it like that. And at this moment, what I see is price broke below, so we have a red day, and then price tries to keep getting up, and then it stays up at some time. Okay, now I maybe would have taken it, but for sure not full size, because this can go bad very fast. And then the news come, price drops back to the vWap and shoots up because of the news. And this is because there are people who know the fundamental results of stuff, and they are loaded with money, and they buy then big time, and they usually do that on the vWap. And that's why the price moves. I mean, it cannot be more accurate than that. This is exactly the vWap price, and then price just shoots up.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, you might have found another convert. I've got to get the vWap set up on a chart, either inside MetaTrader or outside. Is the vWap on TradingView accurate enough?
No.
Oh.
It's certainly a very important indicator, I believe.
Yeah, and or under doesn't give you volume information. No.
I've got another broker that has CTrader that I can probably use.
If you go below the 3-minute charts on CTrader, it takes forever until this shit is being calculated. But trading below 3 minutes doesn't make much sense anyway. Because if you trade like that, I mean, if you trade These are real-time trades. They happen in real time. You have to watch the candle, the price move. So you place the order because the price going there. It doesn't really matter what candles you use. You could even do that on an hour candle, but so everything below 3 minutes is just noise. But you can do that actually. So this is a 2 minute chart now.
3 minute.
Wait, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, look where they bought. This is exactly on the vWap. And then you see price shoots up for 4 pips or something. It's more. It's about maybe 7. We don't. In the aftermath we cannot see that how far it did go. I mean, how was the swing developing, because we only see the candle. But let's just assume it jumps up immediately to like +7, and then it pulls back, and this is because the stops are being hit, and then it goes up for real. That creates the wick. Price go down, and then it shoots up immediately. And as for the target, again we use the resistance being created in Sydney, and look at that. That's why I actually that's why I have the pivots, because it's then very easy to find this stuff. So again, we trade this with a 2 minute, two pip stop.
No way, that's just unreal.
And we get 16 out of it.
This is well done.
This is a 1 to 7 risk reward happening in 6 minutes. So why the fuck do you want to swing trade?
Yeah, no argument. Gotta try it. Really gotta try it.
But this requires a lot of attention. This is where the most people who try this stuff do fail, because you really have to look at it. I mean, if you see my live streams, I have 300 videos up, and they are very boring because nothing happens most of the time. But the problem is, you have to watch it really, really closely. And usually, let's say in 60% of the time, I enter late because I don't see it.
Wow. Please, can you help me with this?
So yeah, sure.
Please load your vWap with Guardian, please. 3 minute charts.
Yeah, I have on my other screen. I have 3 screens to trade, and I use another template for that. Let me just.
I'm in deep shit with this pack actually. So far, I wake up so late, and then I try to catch the top. I don't know what gonna happen. So can you look at that for me?
One second. Just want to make a screenshot. So this is my monitor screen where I just have some currency pairs I monitor closely. It's just line chart, 4 minute line charts. Don't ask me why it's 4 minutes. It's just, this is just how it is. And so it's a line chart and the vWap, because all I need personally is the price going close to the vWap. And that's my setup already right there. So if there is no setup right now, but you see if the price going like here on US dollar, Swiss franc, so I'm just sitting there doing something else, and then I see price going up towards the vWap, then I open it on my 3 minute candlestick chart, and see what's going to happen, if there is a setup or not. But most of the time, the moment I see it, it's already too late. And that's a kind of a problem.
Is that just because you're busy looking at other screens, or doing stuff?
No, because I'm not a cat. That's why. I mean, my cat can watch 2 hours a chart, no problem, but I can't. That's the problem. You're doing other stuff, like you're chatting on Discord, or you're actually in a trade and looking on your active trades, or you're doing some research or do whatever. It's just you just don't look at it non-stop. This is also a very, very stressful thing to do. So like every few minutes, whatever, I look at this screen. That's why I have an extra screen, a dedicated screen just for this.
Do you have alarms? I hear alarms that go off. Is that when price is touching vWap? Have you programmed an alarm on any of these?
This Star Trek sound? No, this is with when my algo does hedging.
So if you had an indicator that alerted you every touch of the vWap, would that help?
Yeah, I did that already. I actually programmed this into the indicator already. But the problem is, if you have a consolidation phase, like just a second.
Yeah, of course. Bling, 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 bling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then you get a very funny show.
How many people in Discord do you think trade with vWap like you do as a result of your teachings?
Yeah, because people see what I do and how I do it, and yeah, a lot of people get attention to it. One problem with vWap is, do you see the current chart?
Yeah.
I posted it without the trend line. Let me just put it again. I made the trend line. Okay, this. Let me just give you a hindsight example. It doesn't matter. The trade is not relevant. Let's just find something that looks really nice. Yeah, here is one. That is very nice. This is during the day, so I would probably have different trend lines for the target, but let's just take it for the sake of the argument. We just take what's before, like I would trade the opening, but like I said, this is intraday, so I would have here a line as well as a target. Like this one, this would be a target I would have in my mind. But just for the sake of the argument, we just pretend this is the opening. Then, and we will take it here, which I didn't because this wasn't a reversal. Let's just assume we take it here.
Okay.
Price shoots up 10 pips, yeah, and then it really takes off because of the news. But it's not relevant for my example. And then you sit there and say, "What the fuck? I just missed out on like 100% of the actual range."
Yeah, typical.
Yeah, but this is something you just have to live with if you trade like this. The probability went down dramatically at the trend line, and we don't know what's coming after. And if price shoots up like 200 pips or whatever, you're done already. And this is very hard for most people to do. Like, this is actually a good example. But I say it again, I would not have taken this trade because there was no reversal. But let's just assume there was one, and then look how long this takes. This is like 2 pip candles. This trade took forever. I mean this is a 3-minute candle. It's not forever. I mean, a lot of people in the chat room would now say, well, "Are they crazy?" But yeah, you know what I mean. This trade took forever to get done, to get back to this resistance point.
SwingFish, I sit there for hours waiting for my trades to pan out or fail, and I'm
Yeah, but
appreciating.
in
your style.
my universe, this is like, oh my god, this is never gonna finish. I'm gonna be dead or whatever, something like that.
15 or 20 minutes, and you're pissed off because it's taking ages.
Yeah, exactly. And usually, if it takes so long, then there's no volume. Yeah, you see it on the volume below. There's just nothing happening, and this is because the big boys, they know they're gonna be news, and this is, yeah, probably. You see, there was also no order placement on the vWap. So basically everybody did wait for the news. What was there anyway?
How long ago was that?
1944. Oh, this was 3 days ago.
Cool.
I don't know. But this shit happens very often. Let's pick another pair, which I usually do, like
Dollar consumer confidence, maybe. Okay, my mission, apart from all the other stuff I'm doing, is to set up CTrader with a 3-minute chart and a vWap before market open on Sunday night.
Same here.
So if there's a few of us that we're all watching the vWap, they can save Fish some stress, or maybe create it. I don't know, but at least we'd be pointing out the touches, and he can correct us when it doesn't look too good.
actually, if you want to trade it like in a slow fashion, you just have a pending order. Prices above, so the day is green. I mean,
Yeah.
in my universe, the day is green then, because I'm buying, and you just keep having a limit order on the vWap, or let's say 1 pip above the vWap. And if the vWap moves, you just keep moving the pending order. Like you do it like that. So you have a buy limit here. Oh, I'm in.
Okay, question.
I'm on my IB account. I'm not allowed to make trades here. Yeah, point being, you just have a limit order, and if the vWap moves up, you move the order along. So you're making sure the vWap the limit order stays like 0.7 or 1 pip above the vWap. And then if this stuff happens, then you're in the trade.
That's a good plan, and that would suit me rather well. Question: when
I keep telling that all the time, but I never did it myself. And then I always pissed off, oh fuck, this was the perfect trade. But I wasn't in. Or I enter late or whatever. And on a trade like this, like price goes back up, and I would sure make a FOMO entry if I would have seen that. And okay, maybe not, because the pivot point is here. This is kind of dangerous. I would likely not have taken this trade. But you see, it worked out fine. But if there is some obvious points of resistance, like the pivot points, S1, S2, R1, R2, I'm usually not taking the trades. Because this is just something you don't need on such a small range, if there is some mini consolidation happening. But you see, the trade worked. Like if this would be a blind trade, you have a limit order here with a 2 pip stop, and you go out for lunch. This trade would have worked.
Yeah, that's very pretty. Question: when price pierces the vWap, how many pips or how many points beyond the vWap is too much to make you think it's pierced it too deep?
2.
Shit, 2?
Yeah. Oh, you mean MetaTrader points? Yeah, 20. 2 pips.
Yeah, I get it. That is so accurate, it's uncanny. Okay, there's the plan. Get CTrader set up, get a load of charts, vWap, daily pivot points, is that right? That we've got on there. Just
Yeah,
for
I have a all pivot indicator, but I only use the default pivot points. This is Australian dollar, US dollar, Australian dollar. Oh, there was no retest. Okay, there was a retest. Yeah, this is kind of a problem. Like, now in hindsight, I will not have taken this trade. But in life, I maybe has. I maybe would have. Because you see, the price goes over and it pulls back right immediately and takes off. So I would very likely, I would have very likely entered around here with a market order. I know myself, I would have done it. And this is actually a very good FOMO example again. Okay, this is actually, okay, this trade would have gone better, but you see what happens. This is a massive move, and imagine you're making this trade with a 2 pip stop and you don't have a take profit, and this is actually the reason why I never have take profits. If you see on my live streams, I always have these orange labels where my take profit is, but this is not take profit, this is just a price alert. And this is the reason why.
Some days are great.
Yeah, this will be a 100% gain trade. Look at that, my okay,
to be honest, I'm looking at the consolidation below the vWap. I'm picturing you drawing a trend line across the tops of that, taking your small profit. Oh, not that one. I was thinking really close to maybe the bottom 20 candles, drawing the trend line diagonally up.
Yeah, I would have. On a normal day, I would have, but there is S1 price bounce. You see, price fell and bounced right off S1. So there is a lot of momentum to the upside, and that's what I said before. Now in hindsight, I would never have taken this trade, but in real time, I would have, because price goes over for the third time, pulls back, doesn't go below the vWap. I would for sure. This is almost certain. I would have bought here with a limit or with a market order, because I saw the price drop down and it didn't come back. It didn't drop down below the vWap anymore. That means what happened, the price action here before is confirmed, and then I would have taken this trade, but I would have also exited here.
Gotcha. Perfect. Understand.
So let's say I entered here. The stop is 2 pips below the vWap. That would be mean like here. Okay, the price action is like here, -3, and then I would have gone out 7.79. Let's just do it again. Let's say here something like that, -3.5, because we are above already, and you cannot just say, okay, I'm gonna have a 2 pip stop. You have to have a 2 pip stop below the vWap. It doesn't matter where you enter. And then this will be 7.2. This is still a good trade, but it's not so good because FOMO. But then see what happened, and that's why I don't have take profits.
Cool stuff. Thank you again for explaining.
This is a
one last question.
40 pip move on a 3 pip stop, 3.5 pip stop. A 1 to 10 trade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-minute candles. 1 to 10.
Okay, somebody told me once that price will generally go from S1 to R1. Do you agree with that as a target, that you go from S1 to R1?
Yeah, that's also something I should mention, because a lot of people watching me trading live on, if the price shoots up like that, I would have very likely exited here on the R1. Very likely. Because if it shoots up like that, there is usually a massive pullback, and I'm not so good in taking back gains, returning gains. So I would have exit, because there's also not the time to find a nice point where price may go or may not go. So I will just hit it here, right there on R1. And this also confirms what you just said. It went from S1 to R1. But I will say no. No. I mean, I know a lot of people who trade like this. Like they say, okay, we like here. This is the pivot, and we go short here, and we exit here. This is a nice trade. It worked, but there is nothing scientific to support it. Like here, it didn't happen. It's a valid thing to do. It's not. I don't say it's nonsense, but it's just not something I will do.
Cool. X-Trade was trying to ask you about something before I started interrupting, about the CAD yen. Did you get your answer?
CAD yen? I didn't hear that, or we ignored it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I wanted you to have a look at the CAD yen, and I hope he's alright.
Where? Like right now?
Yeah. X-Trade, you there? Are you pushing the button? I guess not. Don't worry. Sorry. Anyway, another great explanation of a really useful strategy, and I'm looking forward to following along next week on the 3-minute chart. Damn Cowboys.
Next week? Oh, you mean to?
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, there was something about CAD yen.
Yeah. I asked, and then I see you still busy explaining the
Yeah, what was it?
Actually,
what was it?
I want you to use the vWap and take a look at the CAD yen, because I wake up late today and I was stuck in this trade actually, and I just want to have another idea on that. So can you have a look at that and give me your idea? I'm sorting this one, so I'm not so sure right now.
What time zone you're in?
Oh, I traded from 4-hour time frame, but I'm watching like a hawk on 1 minute. Because
there's only one setup on CAD yen, which was in the morning, in my morning. What time zone are you?
Now, time zone? Yeah, New York time zone.
Again?
Oh, I'm in New York time zone. You mean my time, local time? Yes.
Yeah. New York is plus 12, right?
Yeah, right now is 2 p.m. almost 2 p.m.
Oh, that's not right then. Where is it? So it's -6, right? -7. No.
Do you need me to look something up?
Yeah, got it. So there's only one setup at 10 p.m. 10:30 yesterday. I mean, in your time zone. Yeah. Again, this is a problem about hindsight and real market action. This is very typical. Price stays below the vWap, but and then push through. So if, depending on how this candle is being built, I would have taken the trade.
Yeah, different scenario to the pullback. It's judging the pattern, the shape of price moving towards the vWap, what pressure underneath with small candles.
Yeah, very small candles, but the volume is going up. price stays below, so there is a chance it's gonna drop. But the swing before made no low. It didn't meet, didn't even went to the previous low. So yeah, this is very clear shift in sentiment. So basically, depending on how this candle is being created, like the price shoots up and then it drops back immediately, I would have taken the trade. But now, in hindsight, this is a no-go. That is a problem a little bit, where people have problems about that because they don't. It's very hard to figure that out in the past. Like if every setup takes 25 candles to create, and it's very easy to follow up on that. But this setup probably happened in this 1 3-minute candle. Like price shoots over, you see it's pulling back immediately, and it's but you see how price moves at this moment.
Yeah.
But this is anyway very shitty price action. This is typical Friday price action. I mean, there is a trade, there is 1 or 2 trades in it, but I would not have taken them.
Yeah.
So I think X-Trade wants to know about the bigger picture of where we are now and the chances of reversal, and you're describing your strategy, and there's only one kind of place there in the last day that you would have even touched it.
Yeah. I just made this Kiwi yen trade finish in the morning, and then I'm done. So because this fucked me up yesterday already, it cost me a sleepless night. So I say, okay, I'm just removing that hedge, and then I'm done, and sleep on the sofa.
Understandable. Been a long week for you.
Okay, gotta be a good weekend now. Anyway, yeah.
See you later. Bye bye.
Are you going to into the weekend already? Oh, by the way, I got a new mouse.
Oh yeah.
Of course, a gaming mouse, and I have a macro created. Like if I zoom in like crazy.
Oh,
and move price around. This is so annoying in C-Trader. So like I move price, and then I have to search for the keyboard just to press the home button and the page down button. And now I just press one button, and then it's doing that. That is really cool.
Is that a little button on the side of the mouse?
Yeah, I had this Logitech mouse before, but this keeps keeps repeating pressing the buttons and stuff like that. And if you do trading like I do, this is suicidal.
Yeah.
Like I usually have 10% of my maximum size on the quick trade, so I just can hit the button, keep hitting the button easy. And but if I see the price dropping down to the vWap and I hit it 2 or 3 times, or maybe even 5 times, and I'm already in like with 50%, and the mouse executed it 10 times instead of 5 times, that's a problem.
Holy shit! Yeah, yeah. You need an expensive mouse that works really well.
Yeah, but I'm not so easy in spending money.
I don't know. I got used to my tracker ball. That's a unique item that takes years to get used to. One shaky little finger, and that's a right click gone wrong. You gotta be careful.
All right, yeah, this is like sleeping on a needle bed, basically. What do they talking in hodlmybeer?
Dogs.
Dogs and asses, or what?
Just look at the picture there.
I don't think I'm really interested in the. She might fart. Okay, whatever. Let's just pretend this is not there.
Fish, I just found on Thinkorswim, there's just a built-in study for pivot points.
Yeah.
This whole entire time, I've been manually calculating the previous day's pivot points and entering them.
Are you for real right now? Like pivot point is like the oldest thing. It's also
oh
from
my gosh, I can't believe it, man.
It's also from Bollinger.
I've got it
I
for
think.
MetaTrader if you want it.
Pivot points are from Bollinger, right? I'm not so sure.
I know. Nah, it can't be Bollinger.
I think. Let me just check. Investopedia knows everything.
Come on, then, educate me. I really should know. How
I just have to
calculate
educate
points.
myself by Googling.
I love that website you showed us that it shows a picture of somebody typing into Google whatever phrase you choose, so you can show someone how to search Google for the flipping.
Oh yeah. It doesn't show who invented it. Usually Investopedia is pretty good about it.
Murphy, is it? Is it John J.
Oh
Murphy?
yeah, maybe Murphy. Yeah.
I don't know. You're googling. I can't. I'm busy. Oh, it's not Dow, is it? Charles Dow, like Dow theory. No.
Is it that old?
Screw it. I'm googling.
Let's just ask Wikipedia. If Investopedia doesn't know it, Wikipedia should. Nobody's stating who. Dow Jones. Dow. Yeah.
No, really?
Oh no, it's just an example. Wait.
Oh.
That's kind of strange. Nobody takes the blame.
Nike. Oh, you're gonna die anyway.
Do you reckon it's kind of as old as Japanese candlestick charting, or a more kind of recent Western thing?
It's Western, that's for sure, but it's old.
I saw US the Swiss yesterday, and I close it, go to sleep, and this morning it continue to drop. Shit.
I was mistaken. Fractals was from Bollinger, but Pivot not.
Okay, I didn't know that. Bollinger invented fractals. And how do fractals differ from pivots? Okay, yeah, right.
That was my mistake. I was searching for the wrong thing. I mean, my brain was thinking about something else, but I'm searching for pivot points. Nobody takes the flowers for that one. That's kind of strange.
I'm looking, but not really seeing who's the originator.
Williams, maybe? Oh no, the fractals are from Williams, yeah. But, oh, whatever. Nobody takes the flowers.
William Bill.
Oh, if you trade a 3-minute chart, it's very, very, very important that you have a higher time frame chart open.
Okay, how much higher? 30 minutes good enough?
Yeah, I use 30 minutes. But this also gives you some clarity about the markets actually. This can be very disappointing after some time. There's right now a very good example on Australian dollar, Japanese yen.
Hold on, let me find your live stream page again. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, this is this is just for the example. I'm normally not zoom in that much. It's just for the example. You see on the 30-minute, the 30-minute chart is on top, and it has no information, just boxes for the sessions.
Are you sharing the right screen?
Oops.
I see I'm paying attention. It's a good thing.
Yeah, somebody is stupid. Which is me.
Normally me.
Oh, someone have the very nice anime.
Brilliant. Got it now.
I
Nice.
should close my position over the weekend.
Smart move.
I don't know if I should do it.
Yeah, better. Friday sucks anyway. Yeah,
How
you
greedy
see,
do you need to be?
about a 30-minute chart, it just gives you some clarity and this makes you think like, what the hell are we doing? But it also gives you a reason to trade these smaller time frames actually. Like you see now on the 3-minute chart, this massive move on Australian dollar Japanese yen, and it
Yes.
reflects very clear on the 30-minute chart too. And then it's dropping back down and it's gonna go back up, and this looks so insignificant on the 30-minute chart. If you, I mean, in comparison to the initial move, if you zoom out, also if you zoom to your normal level like I have now, where you see just a few candles, a very tiny window of the market, and then price moves like 10-15 pips, this becomes then a massive movement even on the 30-minute chart. And that I mean, for me that gives me some clarity about what are we actually doing here. We're just flipping coins basically. And my 30-minute chart displays 200 candles. So, and if you see if a move become like, you trade something on the 3-minute chart and the move is significant on the 30-minute chart, then you know there is nothing happened before or after. That's actually my point, more or less. Like you make some tiny trades on a 3-minute chart and you look up to the 30-minute chart, and this looks just as impressive on the 30-minute chart as it did on the 3-minute chart. Then yeah, what the hell do we do in swing trading?
I'm coming around to your way of thinking. We'll prove that in the next few weeks. With any luck, some other people in your community could be kind of just pointing out stuff that maybe you'd miss. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. When was that? Oh, this was this spike down, okay. Yeah, this is a good example on the US dollar Japanese yen. I just zoomed out the 30-minute chart where this massive drop is. Maybe I have to pick another speak button. If I press the shift button, I cannot use the mouse. Yeah, you see this drop down below the vWap, and you can see that on the 30-minute chart too. But it's not significant. I mean, it is significant on the 3-minute chart, but it isn't on the 30-minute chart. And then, but the move upwards after that These are 1, 2, 3 trades, 3 easy trades to be made with 0 drawdown. But on the 30-minute charts, this is just lame consolidation. But it's moving up. This is a bad example. Actually, today I'm making only bad examples. I just noticed that.
I get the principle. I mean, if I was trading the 30-minute chart, that would look bearish at the time of that piercing pattern when you're looking to buy in.
Yeah, but you can't. There's no entry. But yes, that's the point. Where is this? There is a bigger move. Where I have to find it. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, it's pretty much this one. So you see this big candle. We had it before on Aussie yen, and then you see that on the 3-minute, on the 30-minute chart too, which is a significant move, and then it's slowly grinding up. But this slowly grinding up on the 3-minute chart looks actually more impressive on the 30-minute chart. That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. You see here below, there is this slowly grinding up. Very boring price movement. But if you look at the same price movement on the 30-minute chart, this is actually also significant. This is 50% of the initial move. That's what I meant. You look at the markets completely different after a while. Because you see the big candle looks very nice on the 3-minute chart because it's a massive candle at this point of time. And then it's slowly grinding up. And this is very annoying if you see it on the 3-minute chart, but if you see it then later on the 30-minute chart, this is actually a massive move. It pulled back and it made the same move again from the initial move.
Yeah, I see.
After some time you're thinking completely different about the markets because of that. Especially if it happens in real time, you see, wow, this is like just something, some blimps in the market, and you see it up on the 30-minute chart. It's actually a massive move. I mean, in retrospect to the rest of what the market did before.
So it's going to take some kind of new recognition skills not to judge it as a reversal or a place that would normally turn around.
Oh, no, it's not about that. I mean about this is about the price movers itself. Like before, you look at the 30-minute chart and you see this is a massive move, and we're gonna wait for a pullback. But later, after you trade the 3-minute chart and you use the 30-minute chart only as a reference to find support and resistance, because this is what I actually do on this 30-minute chart. You see on the Aussie yen, I have some lines, and if the price will turn bullish, bearish now on the 3-minute charts, this would be my targets. This is actually the targets I write in the blog. I make this. I put these lines there, and then actually for this move that happened yesterday, I probably had a target too. Yeah, I just connect the tops, and then I have my targets, and I usually put them in the 3-minute charts too in a different color. They're usually blue for me. But then you see this move taking place, but they're not so big anymore. This is just, yeah. But before, if you let's just make the 30-minute chart bigger. This is a massive candle. This is like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? But if you see it like this, then it's, yeah. Yeah, because the vWap uses standard deviation. That's why the chart are always shrinking down after a move like that. And this is like, yeah, this is just some candles. So you're looking at things a lot more relaxed. This is the same movement here after it happens, because the standard deviation is getting massively widened up. So the chart is shrinking down a lot.
Just once you enter in on the trade using the 3-minute, do you ever go down to lower like tick charts at all, or do you usually just stick with the 3-minute?
I stick with the 3 minutes because after a bigger move, as I said before, the deviation shrinking the chart. So you see this is a 70 pip move, and this looks so insignificant after it happened because of the deviation. Oh fuck, I'm talking without pressing the button. Again, here the deviation is shrinking the chart. That's what I meant before. Like on the 30-minute chart, it's still linear pricing, and you think, wow, this is a massive move. This is unbelievable. But after the deviation shrinking down the price movement, this looks just, yeah, this is just some price action.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is our 74 pips. And if I go now before that happens, and look how the chart changes. This is the same price action. That's why the vWap indicator I use have this deviation built in. For that reason, like I take this trade and then this massive move happens. Like this is gonna go forever. This is never gonna stop. And then after it happens, the deviation shrinks the chart, and this looks like this is just whatever. And then here you see the prices keeps going up, but this is so insignificant now. So you start to look at price action totally different because of that, because the deviation is
compensated.
Yeah, the deviation compensating the price movements. So after a massive move like that happens, there is usually a pullback, which didn't happen there. Bad example. On the US dollar yen, there is actually a pullback, and this is a big pullback. And let's just put a fib on it.
All right, great, thank you.
Oh no, it's not. It's just 38%. Probably based on the news. But price did go up, and price did made a much larger move after that. Let's just put it the other way around, because I said before it's at least another 50%, maybe even 100%.
And if you take the Fibonacci to the top of where we are now, from the same starting point to the very top, so start it where you're starting it and take it to the highest point on the chart.
It's even 180%.
If you extend the top, take the top of the Fibonacci a bit higher to where price finally went. Yeah, there.
You mean the overall move? Yeah.
I'm just looking at the pullback of, I'm guessing 50%.
Yeah, it's 61. But it's dropped down anyway after that.
From where you started, yeah, perfect. Oh, well, that's okay as well.
But it did, yeah. It made a 61, yeah. But I don't trade that anyway. But I just use the fib to measure the continuation of the original move. So I put it on the top of the initiation candle. So this is where the action happened.
Yep.
Actually, the action happened here. It's for the sake of the argument. Let's just put it here. And then, so this from here to here was the initial move, and then we just measured from the pullback, which went here, and then price moved another 167%. Another 100. 170% from the initial move. So this is significant. But if you see it on
so now using Fibonacci extensions based on the pullback. Damn.
I just use it. I use it wrongly now. I just use it to measure the pullback and the relationship it has to the continuation of the movement. So the price pulled back, and from the pullback point it made another 170% move. So the continuation is more than the initial movement. That was what I was trying to say. But because of the deviation shrinking the chart, this looks so insignificant, but it's actually a massive movement.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it's lesser of a move. Good stuff. Thank you.
The indicator actually supports to show the deviation lines. Here they are. Here they are. But this is also something you can consider if you're using the indicator. Using the deviations as a target, which is actually pretty accurate. Let's just take this one because it's open. No more reasons to it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this one.
It's really simple, and this is okay. This is hindsight, but well, whatever. We're just going with it. Let's put it a little bit out so we have not so much. Okay, never mind. Like price, let's just assume we missed this one, and then price pulls back to the vWap. This is the perfect entry. It cannot be better than that. This is really a perfect entry, and this made 0 drawdown as well. This is a perfect trade. But anyway, this is not the point. And the idea.
We'll appreciate the beauty in time.
Here is the entry, because the vWap touch was here, where the fractal is on, and so we enter here, and as a target we had the deviation point at this point of time.
Okay.
Here, because at this point of time the deviation was here at this price. This is the target one.
And
so
this deviation is the deviation of the vWap.
Yes, yes. That's what causes the chart is shrinking over the day. But this is actually a good thing, because the volatility is going up, the volume is going up, everything is going up. So this keeps you sane, actually. So if there is a massive movement in the London session, you won't even notice it. You just take the trade, and like you see, there's a vWap reversal. It works perfectly out, and you just take the trade without thinking much about it. And then afterwards you realize this is actually a 45 pip move, which is massive. But it doesn't appear like that, because the deviation shrink the chart so massively already. This looks like, yeah, like just a blimp in the market. And then later you look at a 30-minute chart and you see, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, okay. Now I understand a bit better. And I didn't realise that those lines around the outside represented the deviation. And somehow this makes your chart, do you call it logarithmic versus linear?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
But the 30-minute chart is still linear, so. But this is a good example to take profits without making any. Like here, the price structure is just shit. There is no way to find anything. I can try to find.
Well, you just did. Yeah, good.
There's nothing. I mean, okay, maybe that one. But this is from the previous day. I will not let it drop that far. I will very likely not let it drop that far. Or maybe I did, because the pivot is below. Yeah, maybe I would. Maybe I would. Because there was not much happening before. But this is the next point. This is the next support. And this is where you take your profit, and it doesn't really matter how many pip that is, how much that is in the point of range, or how many pip that are.
The trend line's clear. Yeah, gotcha.
You just take the next one, and this is most definitely the next one. And there's the pivot supporting it as well. So if you want to take the risk, you maybe even take it to the pivot. But for the about the deviation part, you take as a profit point, or as the first profit point, or if you cannot make up your mind, I will probably not really happy with this trade because of the price action before. So then having the deviation point at that point of time where you enter the trade is a very good target, and if you now scroll back in time, it usually works out.
Okay, so you've given me entry technique, 2 ways of setting targets. Brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
I don't use that anymore. That's why I actually put a switch on this indicator to turn it off, because it's annoying me. But yeah, I use only resistance now. Let's just take the previous day, just for the sake of the example. This is in the day. This is at least in the London session. So there is a lot of volume already accumulated to the vWap. The older the vWap gets, the less it works. That's something you should know. But anyway, let's just do it.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point actually. When it comes to the end of the day and this being less reliable as the volume it becomes less able to calculate.
No, the volume cannot compensate for it anymore. That's the problem. But if there is a news event in the US session or something like that, this will still work. But on normal trading volume, the volume will not be enough to compensate, because there is like, okay, if there is whatever billions of dollars already came into calculating the vWap price, you need to have a lot of volume to push it. But if there is a news event, it will still work. But without it, just normal trading, probably not. That also gives you some idea about the US session in general. That's why I don't trade the US session, because there's nothing happening anymore, basically. Unless there is an event. Okay. But for real, there is nothing happening in the US session, except of the first 2 hours.
What time of day then? Sorry, was it when you said you hit recalculate? That's at Australia Open, is that right?
I recalculate at Tokyo.
Tokyo. In the run up to Tokyo, is there a time that the vWap you just don't touch any entries before Tokyo, like a couple hours, 4 hours before Tokyo, that the vWap entries are just unreliable?
Yeah, you can forget it. You just look here on Aussie, and you see there's just nothing. No,
just nothing there.
Web is pretty much flat. So what this is just noise. This is a 3-minute chart after all, and this is just noise that you cannot trade. This is not impossible to trade. And you see the vWap is flat, completely flat. So whatever. There is no.
So, based on volatility, the time of day that things are shit, the vWap's not going to give me any nice signal anyway. So cool.
Yeah. There's just nothing happening, and then the vWap resets. Like, okay, here's a Wellington, nothing much happening, and then Sydney comes in. There's a small gap, so it gaps down, and then it keeps falling till Tokyo opens, and then I will probably look for short positions. But the volatility is too high, and so there is very much indecision going on. So I would not have taken any of these trades. Maybe I would go short here. This would even worked out. This would have worked out here. But there's the pivot in the way, so I would not have taken this trade. Even it worked. This is the typical educator thing. You just put a trend line, see, I enter here and exit there. But I would not have done this because the pivot is in the way. And there's a very high chance you get consolidation again on the pivot, or it even just bounces from there. So the probabilities are very low. And if you trade in these very tiny ranges, probabilities matter.
Okay, watch the pivots being in the way of my target. Watch the price action before.
If the pivot is in the way, I maybe would have taken this trade. I mean.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, I know myself. I probably would. I mean, this trade I would have taken. But I would have exited like this. This is just a 3 candle trade. Enter in the price drops, it pulls back. This is the perfect reversal, but this happens in real time. This looks very different. Like now, this looks just choppy, but in real time it looks different. Trust me. That's why I say now I will very likely have taken it, and but I would exit on the pivot, because you never know. It's just gonna smash up and put you in a massive loss. Maybe even give you slippage. You never know what's gonna happen. So I will just exit on the pivot and not wait. I mean, we're talking 2 pips here. Or how much are we talking?
I don't know. I know, and I'm wondering when that's unfolding. Real
two pips. Yeah, you're right. You never know when. Let's just assume it didn't drop in this candle, and then this will all go all the way up, take all your gains, and then pull down, which is usually happens. And I'm not really a friend of that, especially not on a small range like that, because the one tweet of Trump and you're done. That's why I'm usually not doing it. But let's go back to this in session, because there's a lot of price action already happening. So the vWap is weighted out a lot. Here's a vWap reversal. So this I will take this trade. Let's just measure if that still worked. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's gonna had stopped me out. I probably would have hedged, and I will open the hedge here in the second try.
What get missed here in the whole discussion, I think, is also something very essential. In the end, vWap is very useful if you have a larger time frame plan, and you're looking for the best possible long opportunity in a day or something like this.
Yeah, that's what the institutions does. That's why this price is very relevant in the first place. Yeah, so you're absolutely right.
If you're knowing exactly today or tomorrow should happen any reversal into an up move, because of the down move is like exhausted and stuff like this, then you're looking for these entries, and if you're lucky, maybe not on the first day, maybe not on the first try, but on the second or third try, you get into one of these positions which you can literally lead over 120 pips or something, and you have
on a 2-pip stop.
Pip or 3-pip.
So you double the account in one trade. That's right. Frankie is absolutely right about that.
That's really the fucking magic at it.
But I don't do that. No balls.
Often also not. I did it only one time with gold, and I still write that.
I'm gonna go get me a coffee.
1316 or something like this.
Wow. That's all I got to say, and I do believe you. The fact that I might be able to pull that off.
It's the best entry of the day, and the point is also, like, mostly you have, if you jump in Asia, often at least once a week or twice a week, you have these days where you not hit vWap again only in the early morning, and the rest of the day it goes really high. Specifically, if some trend such started on 4-hour or daily or something like this, and it goes into so much momentum, and I tell you, that's the days where you should let your trade run over a couple of days, and you will have, I tell you, if you then go in, you don't even have to go in heavy. If you such add one lot or something like this, you already have. Huh?
So let's say that I do a bit of analysis on the weekends, on the higher time frames, decide on where
not everybody is into these short-term scalping. It's also not my thing, really. I always want to have a little bit larger ranges, but you can combine the vWap with your higher time frame. And if it doesn't work out, you still have a profitable vWap trade. Even if that thing reverses at some point and want to go back to vWap, mostly you still can get out in profit, and in case then try it again or something like this, you know?
So pretty much you give me the technique for the perfect tiniest spread entry on a much larger move. No candle patterns, no horizontal support and resistance as my entry with 20 pips on the other side.
Yes,
it's great.
Yes, and that functioning mostly in the Asian session.
Brilliant. Really appreciate everything that you've shown me. It's down to me to put it into action now.
Actually, the vWap comes from the stock market, and this is
too many vWap trades, that's for sure.
And that's basically what the most people do. I mean, one funny trader is Kenny Glick, and he does that all day. This is what he does since whatever, forever. Holding on to, but in the stock market, this stuff is a little bit different. There is not so much fluctuations, so you can actually do that. You enter on the vWap, you have the confirmation, use maybe a multi-day vWap, but you cannot do that in Forex.
vWap is in the end exactly the middle between actual price and volume profile point of control. It's exactly the middle of the possible price. So it could spike over it and stuff like this, but then you would at some way see a reversal because price want to go upward. It's like it's hard to explain. If you see volume profile and vWap, and that's the two things institutions use, then you understand also why vWap in the end functioning because of in trends functioning. It only hits that zone, and then people start to get in heavy. And if it really wouldn't happen that moment, then it mostly drops only slightly below vWap or something, consolidating a little bit. And this is mostly the point of control in volume profiles. So
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm still
let me just quickly hit it on about the deviation and stuff we had before. Are you still seeing on the live stream?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
yep.
let's just okay. This is a stopped out reversal. I will enter here, and I get stopped out. So I will get hedged, and then price goes up, and I will just release the hedge on the second try. So this trade will still work, but if you trade the old-fashioned way, you will get stopped out. Anyway, but let's just assume this blimps here didn't happen, and then your entry is here. And your exit, without thinking much, is the deviation at the moment of entry, which is here.
You already explained breakthroughs, because of a little bit in front of it you have a perfect breakthrough example. Candle kind of breaking through.
Okay. So now there is a green line, because this line meets the deviation price at the moment you enter. This matters where you enter at the moment you enter. And this is your target. And price went there just as fine. And this is basically always working. As almost always. Okay, let's say 75%. I'm not promising anything. So let's say 75%. But I usually use nearby resistance. Like I would have used the white trend line as I exit, but
okay. Just out of curiosity, what was the risk reward on that one?
On that one,
with an exit at the deviation,
it's a 1.6 pip drawdown, and the deviation is. I hate this on a new C trader. There's always this stupid help box. 29.6. Nice. 29.6
says it all.
By 1.6. 18.5. But this is the drawdown versus the profit. But we have the stop will be larger because there was a drop before where for sure I would get stopped out. So I will have a maybe 3 pip stop.
Oh, I've never had a 3 pip stop before, ever. I don't think.
So I will give it a pip more because of this jump out here. And
you have to tell on top of that you mostly only have a 3 pip stop possible because of your hedge.
Yeah, you don't have to hedge, you just have your stop and that's it, and then you're done.
If you would really work this out with SL, I guess you would have probably a lot higher. You could not manage the trades like you do it. I mean, I tried myself. I have hardly problems too.
If you if you use a stop, use a stop. It's the same story. You just have to tell the
It's not, because if I'm hedged and see, okay, the formation develops and kind of like such release to take my profit at something else, then trying myself on the same setup probably 2 or 3 times to get in and having a fixed loss. You lose more if you're not using hedging in these types of small pip situations. There's really hedging is is super necessary to me.
Yeah, for me too.
Okay,
There's no way around it. But the strategy will work even if you don't hedge. Let's just assume this spiked 3 or 4 times down. So you're down 3 times. But the trade following after it works out has 29 pips on a 2 pip stop. So there is nothing more to talk about, basically. And if you use the price action for the exit and not the deviation, because at this, I mean, this is pretty clear where it is going. I will not use the deviation there. But if it's not clear, just use the deviation.
So that's good. I won't be hedging at the moment.
So if you use if you use the resistance, that will be 35.4 on a 3 pip stop.
And maybe one failed trade beforehand. That's cool. With a couple of pips. You know,
it's still fine. It's still completely fine.
It is a 8.8. Let's say a 1 to 9 trade. And you are down 3. So who cares?
Even if you fail the large spike out and you try it after that again and you have a failed one, I mean, who the fuck cares? So even if you have a little bit swinging situation and you still get fucked 3 or 4 times, due to the intense risk vWap you can create if you're holding these trades over the whole day inside the London session, hey, that pays always off. It's really hard to make minus with these trades. For more pip than he advising. 2 pips is really not something you should orientate on.
No, that's
always
okay.
I mention that
stop loss. It's cool.
He calculated pips in a way of I risk myself 0.65%, and he would put them into 2 pips. Out, he still has 1 chance more to get out because of the hedge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm martingale myself out.
I know exactly. 2 short pick stop loss makes you fucking get pissed off. I mean, it's not really like good for your mind to trade like this. You should 3 or 4 pips is still okay if you have a reward of 34, 32 or 28 or something in the end. You know, it's still super fine.
Excellent.
I better scale into the trade later on and add 1 or 2 more positions of the same size. You know.
Well, let's go one step at a time. I've got hedging and scaling to cover maybe in the next lessons. If I get started with vWap and C Trader, start doing some practices with you next week. That would be cool.
And with the normal demand and supply and technicals, and that's in the end all you need. I mean, Moko.
I have to admit the price action in general is pretty shitty in the last few weeks.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't really know why that is.
On longer time frames, it's easier at the moment. I really have to say that. My slowpoke trades going over swinging over 2 days or 4 days or something, they all work out. But scalping, I also have a hard life at the moment. It's out for me as NDCs.
Yeah, here's a good example where it goes wrong. Yeah, we have to find places where it goes wrong. I mean, hindsight is always in your favor, and we don't do that here. So it's better to
So yeah, show me a massacre day where it's several kind of messes with the strategy.
This is EURUSD, where it's usually not working because too many machines. That's why I don't trade EURUSD in the first place, because the price action.
A couple of trades, dude.
There's just too many machines moving the price, and that's why this stuff doesn't work.
Other screen.
Oh shit. Here's an example. This is, I forgot already. Maybe yesterday? Yeah, it's yesterday. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Shall you read the blog of Swing?
I should do, shouldn't I?
The trading. To read. I mean, also for the better understanding of it, because you see every day his setups actually are pretty good pictured and explained, and why he got out and how and stuff like this. That helped me actually a lot. Summer or end of summer last year, while I came in here. A lot.
Basically 90% no balls.
Super interesting to read. I don't know. You get the excitement of the trades and stuff like this. So I kind of really enjoy his reports. I read them every day.
I think I was just one, lazy, and two, not having C-Trader and the vWap kind of in front of me. Maybe put me off kind of understanding, taking the time to understand SwingFish's strategy.
I'm going to be reading that Naked Forex book this weekend too, Fish.
That's really good, yeah. It's a bit a difficult read. It's not something you can read on the beach. Yeah, here is an example on EURUSD. But I said before, I don't trade in general. Don't trade EURUSD because they're just
okay. This is the massacre then, is it?
Yeah, but this is a perfect entry. It cannot be any better than that one. Like the vWap is going down. Price goes up, and it goes up pretty fast too. So this is the perfect entry. It cannot get any better than that. This is where you step right in front of the train.
Okay, gotcha.
But this train did run us over in just 2 candles later. But this is where you go short. This is where I would go short full size, for sure, because it cannot get better than that. This is the perfect setup. But you see, it was short-lived, because my target would be around here.
Brilliant. So that's what I'm going to expect to see, and it's not going to be a shock to me. This is how it works. You know, a failed trade. Not failed, but
yeah,
went against me.
Yeah, this is actually, I saw that by accident actually. I just switched to flipped, and I just saw that here. Because why I'm pointing that out is this is the perfect trade. It cannot get any better. The price move in a one massive candle to the vWap, and this is where you just step in front of it. It's like you're standing on the street, and a truck comes in front of you, and this is where you start walking. But this will be the perfect trade, because it will almost in the same speed go down. This will be a trade that will be over in 10 minutes. But it didn't work out.
So follow your thought processes after this failed trade, and the way you're looking at price develop for the next entry.
Yeah, but there is no entry.
Tell me what you'd be thinking straight after that trade that failed. We've got a couple of candles breaking above the vWap. Would you then be looking for it to break below and retest as it does?
Yeah, there is a lot of rejection here, but maybe I will enter long here, but now it's the time where you just have to look at the bigger picture.
Okay, and I see the vWap start to angle up at that point, so does that give you a negative signal?
Where are we here? This is 26:15:42. 26:15:42. Around here. Actually, I will take this entry. I mean, looking at the 30-minute chart, price go down, it rejected hard.
Nice bullish engulfing.
What happened here? Double bottom here, very nice. So in the aftermath, I mean, in real time, this is a short entry. This is the perfect short entry. Even there is the double bottom, but there, this is the perfect short entry.
Got it. Thank you for showing me that.
But then it failed, and then I will latest then. What was it? 28. Here, yeah. Then it failed, and I will see this going up, and then I probably would go long here and it would fail again.
I was just wondering that, trying to balance the idea of avoiding revenge trading with seeing a reversal unfold in front of you, and at what point would you be hitting the buy button looking at the vWap?
Yeah, I will probably go long here, because the vWap already starts bending up at this point of time. You see it went down here. This up move already pushed it to neutral, and then here's the price is going down. I mean, this is a lot of rejection here, but the vWap is going up. So this will be a buy entry for me, which I will be stopped out in the same candle already. So 2 for 2, we're down 2 for 2. And then
okay, 2 for 2, 20 minutes in.
Yeah. But these entries are actually okay, and this is the reason why I don't trade EURUSD, because this is just machines moving the price. You see, the volume is going up, but the price is going down. This is artificial.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and then after, like, this is like, how long is that? Whatever, 1 hour after, the setup worked. I mean, we know this. Here's a double bottom, price went up. Okay, we failed here on the short setup, and then we think, oh, we're just stupid because here's a double bottom, and on the 30-minute chart you see 2 very big rejection candles. So this is pretty clear reversal. And then you go long here and it fails again, and then you're already pissed. But
yeah.
But then it worked out, and look how it works out. Okay, not so much, but this is also 30 pips or so. 41. So it worked out good. And if you take then the support and resistance from the 30-minute time frame, that matches up very, very, very accurately. I mean, without making a trend line, I can see that already. Yeah, it fits perfectly. But this is into the London session here already. Oh no, this is the US session. This is the London session. This is the beginning of the US session.
Oh, everything's closed. What's going on? Damn it.
Friday.
I just need the next week to start.
Oh, this one is a nice one. But again, it's EURUSD, so whatever. I don't care how nice it looks. I usually don't take trades on EURUSD. But this is a very good hindsight example, because this is a perfect trade reversal. So here price breaks through. It tries to get up, but it keeps below. It stays below the vWap. You see, it's going up. It's being rejected, going up, being rejected again, and so on and so on. This is going on for quite some time. And at some stage the buyer's just giving up, and then price drops like a stone. Again, this is a 31 pip move, and if we again take the standard rule, next support is our target, which would be here. I would have 2 lines. I would have one here and one here, because yeah, and then this will be my exit. But even if we take the second step, that would have worked too. This is actually the correct line. You see, it tested it several times. So this one would be actually wrong on my point in my trade. But
so more touches the better to validate the line.
Yeah, but the touches are in the future, so yeah, we don't know that at this point of time. I tend to take the earliest one, and this will be this low and not this low, because this is a higher low. So this is the lower one. This is a higher low. So I will take this one. But if we take this one now and then fast forward into the future, this is the correct one. But at this point of time, we don't know that.
Yeah, there's not much difference in it than the first high low. So yeah, okay, I get that you obviously can't see the future, and still a great way to draw trend lines that I've not considered to set targets. Great.
It's just find a more complicated price action. Yeah, this one is. This one is nice. A nice one too. But this is always testing your nerves. This kind of action testing your nerves. But this is pretty clear. This is going to go down. It smashes down, comes back. Here's the vWap reversal. Here's your entry, and then it goes down and it goes right back up, and you think, oh come on, you piece of shit. And then and then it drops down again, and it tests this again. But this is actually a sign this is gonna drop hard, and it did. So, but it's very hard to find the exit here because it's moving up. This is a reversal actually, and
what I found out, you can't trade vWap without horizontal demand and supply zones painted in. Like, or it makes things a lot more obvious, specifically why it kind of went back to vWap. If you kind of scroll back a little bit, you see exactly that there was some no, not so much back, like where the drop was. The highs from the channel on the previous day before and in the morning from the Australia session.
Yeah, I just connected them. This is
some issues of really dropping further, you know.
It did happen, yeah. But in real time, I would not have this as a target, because then there is a problem again with the pips. You enter with a 2 pip stop and you're aiming for 63. This is just not natural.
You guys see what happened to you, Chad?
No, I shut down the platform.
Don't tell me it drops. I'm still long in this trade.
It dropped a shit ton.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my god.
Why did you enter?
I entered what, 4 weeks ago or so. I am still like 500 plus for sure.
Oh yeah. You probably entered at the bottom.
Minus 250. Okay, now I'm maybe plus 200, plus 250. I should exit that one.
Yeah, right now it's at a support, resistance turn support. So it might not drop too much over here. It might have a little pullback and then continue dropping later. Next week, maybe.
That's cool. It's where I left it. I closed my tiny little trade and yeah, made 200 pips. Something silly.
Shit, that dropped hard. But this is still in the range. I think we talked a few days ago about that. I think I'm gonna take this risk. I'm not gonna...
Yeah, USD CAD is inside the daily range.
Yeah, it's just gonna make another rundown. I'm just gonna move the stops somewhere reasonable. Yeah, it's gonna make another run and then it's gonna hit my target.
And then it's gonna push back up, most likely.
1.36. Depending on how long it's gonna take another maybe 3-4 days to get back up. That's why I hate swing trading.
I mean, this was a good trade to catch. Go ahead, what were you saying? Sorry, I interrupted.
It's alright, I just drew a channel on the 4-hour chart, and
oh shit,
about 1.30 as the bottom of the channel currently.
Yeah, pound cat is dropping too. Fuck. Whatever, it's gonna stop me out. I'm not gonna move to stop. EuroCAD. Where is it? Ah, fuck. But this still looks doable, EuroCAD.
Just to warn you, Sam, I think we're playing your game along with you. Every key press, dude.
Well, you guys can hear it. I thought my sensitivity was low.
I'm gonna move to stops. Fucking MetaTrader, this is like, you need a million DPI mouse just to move to stop.
It's a classic car, think of it that way.
This is actually a good point to enter. Yeah.
It's Friday night. They do it.
Whatever you're thinking, do the opposite.
Let's load up.
Oh.
What else is going to shit since I'm open already in that account? EuroCAD, USD, yen. Oh, I scaled in on that one quite heavy. Oh yeah, that's gonna go bad. Yeah, that's gonna go bad. Next week there will be a lot of losses on my swing account, I guess you can see that already. Australian dollar, New Zealand. Oh, come on. What's going on? Oh, that looks not so bad. Let's load up on that one too. Did you place the order or not? Order was opened, I cannot see it. The fuck, I hate this software. I really hate this software. Oh, there it is. Okay. It could pull back from here, now Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar.
Back in a moment.
Sure. That looks like a lot of rejection here. It could go down. Maybe not so a good idea. Not such a good idea to scale this. This looks like a reversal. Ah, whatever. Enough. I have 1% drawdown now on this account, but I have 42 trades open, so that's good.
42 trades open, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
EURUSD 4-hour looks pretty interesting.
Short.
I'm just watching, but it looks like it can go short.
Ah, this looks like it's overshot a little bit. I'm not so sure about that.
Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at.
If you connect the tops, it's broke out already. Yeah, it's retesting right now.
Here you go. The 200 SMA got rejected. Now it's at the 200 SMA again. Might be.
Yeah, but if you make a trend line, connecting the tops, then we broke out already and it's retesting right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's gonna drop like another. Not far, just 10 or so. That's not far. Why is that not far? Yeah, I will say this is a breakout. Higher low, higher high. Retesting now. So it's 118.75. That looks like a nice trade. I'm gonna take this one. FOMO right now.
I'm keeping it zipped because you guys know what you're doing.
No, we don't.
Don't fucking do it then. Stop.
There's no fun in it.
It's not fun, it's a business.
You're going long fish?
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
It's dropping, it's dropping. Perfect. Cannot get any better than that. Where's my swing action?
Oh, it's dropping already? I'm not even paying attention. Oh shit.
I don't even have a EURUSD chart. Let's make one. There we are. Yeah, it's dropping. But where to stop? Where to stop out? That's a tough one because the line is very steep. That's too close. That's a tough one, placing a stop. Okay, a conservative stop would be below, but that doesn't make much sense. That's not my style. Let's put it here. That's my stupid position size calculator. Because MetaTrader cannot do that by its own, on its own. It's unbelievable.
You can't diss MetaTrader. That's like Batman slapping Alfred. You know, it's not right.
But that's what I'm doing. Alright, that should do it. What size do we have? Oh, I have too much uploaded.
Dang, Aussie CAD broke down again. It's following the Euro movements. Interesting. Yesterday when we were looking at the Euro pairs, Aussie CAD was following it. Guess not anymore.
Almost there. Look at the 15-minute chart with the same trend line. It's gonna make a retest. I think I'm gonna enter now.
I've been long for probably 45 minutes, I think. My average is 1665.
What? Wrong stop? Forget I won. Okay, the risk reward is not so good. Ah, whatever. One, two, two, or something like that.
SwingFish, is that thing a position size calculator you've got over the top of MetaTrader?
Yeah, it's from Easy Forex or something. There's no other way to do it. Anyway.
I have to use a web page every time.
Yeah, but this is so. The web pages have, most of the web pages, they don't calculate the currency difference. So this is basically always wrong unless you trade in the currency the pair is on. I mean, the pair is based on.
Yeah, it has a. I use the Baby Pips position size calculator. I don't know if you know if that's shit.
Yeah, I know that. This one is pretty good, but it also doesn't compensate for the. I think it does. I think it does. But you have to enter all this shit. This is so annoying.
Yeah, every time. But I don't have to do it much, so it's cool. Actually, yeah, I do have to do it a lot. That's a lie. I'll take a look at. Nah,
it's from earnforex.com.
Thank you.
This is just a script. You drag it onto your chart, and then it automatically sets the risk, and you just type in the numbers. I just type in the stop loss and the entry price, and then it's gonna show the lot size. It's gonna show a lot of other stuff. Just ignore all that.
Well, if it's useful, I'll look at it, but I'm just a bit paranoid about dragging anybody else's script onto my MetaTrader platform.
I don't use the script too, I just use the indicator. But there are scripts so you can actually execute what you have typed before, which is kind of nice. But I haven't figured it out, so I prefer to type it just twice.
Oh, if it's only an indicator, then that's cool. It's not
but they have a package with scripts, and then you type in the indicator to calculate your risk, and you just press the button, place the order. But I haven't figured out. Maybe there's a paid version with that or something like that. But the version I have cannot do that. This is just an indicator. You can base it on the equity as example. That's why it's calculated risk. The size very small because I'm down in 1% in equity already. So that's pretty handy.
Cool. It's only me. You're right. What you class as small is at my upper boundaries of digging in.
Sorry?
What you class as a tiny position is not tiny to me.
Oh, okay. Some funny extra tabs which scares you off. Current potential portfolio risk $176,000. Potential portfolio risk, what is to say?
Yeah, that's something that I see.
The informational stuff is really good. Like it's showing you your margin on the positions, your available margin, and blah blah blah. And this swaps is gonna cost you. And that is kind of there's a lot of interesting stuff in it, but I basically just use the stop loss field and the entry field if I don't use market, but usually I enter with a limit order anyway, and then it just shows me the size and the money volume. Basically what you see on the first screen is what CTrader does built in, so I don't have to type the numbers twice, I just press the button. Okay, do it.
Okay, CTrader, demo, MetaTrader, small live account, and yeah, I'm starting a path. We're good. Eventual goal, get rid of MetaTrader, stick with CTrader.
Yeah, if you like to use it. I know people they hate CTrader.
Just used to MetaTrader, the way it works, and I guess I have to figure out the quirks of CTrader before I put real money anywhere near it. It'll probably be straightforward. I'll be worrying about nothing.
You mean the trading conditions or something?
Just getting used to the platform.
Oh yeah, sure. That's better on demo.
Yeah.
Still falling. It's gonna make a retest. Or I'm just wrong and that's gonna stop me out. Whatever.
Excuse me a second. Right, I'm back. Are we winding down for the evening, or are you just kicking off?
I'm doing nothing, pretty much.
Well, I'm going to catch up with you again in the Asian session, and thank you for everything.
All right. But there's no Asian session tomorrow.
No, it's good. There's well, it's crypto time really, if I'm honest, but no, don't worry. I'll catch you next time.
All right, have fun.
See you, Octo.
Bye-bye.
So, what do we do?
Oh boy. Well, looks like it's climbing. It tested. It's climbing up a bit here.
Yeah, I entered a market order already. Because the retest is just like 8 pips away or whatever.
Where do you have your stop at, Fish?
Very conservative. That's why the position's so small. 1.158.
Okay.
Now I just see my cat Swiss took profit. Plus 70, plus 7, plus 33 and plus 107. Nice. My bot made a shit ton of money this week.
Nice.
%5, that's a lot.
Was that just today? 5%?
No, this week.
Nice. Wow.
Well, this is a martingale strategy. Is supposed to break at some point. But what I'm doing is I just let it run, and I have a few scripts on that server that are in this MetaTrader to remove all the all the take profits. But if it's like scaling in for like a very long time because the price keeps dropping and it keeps buying, and then I usually remove all the take profits and exit all the trades at the technical level. So I basically help the machine.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
But if that happens, if there's a massive build-up on positions, what the bot automatically tries to get out of the position as soon as possible. So as in the moment the whole set is getting green, it terminates all trades, and I just prevent that from happening by removing all the take profits and move them to a technical level. And then the turnaround is massive.
Yeah, that's very smart.
But if I don't look at it, then it just takes care itself. But I keep buying until it gets green again and closing all. That's why this strategy have always negative pips. Let's just take it all. Oh, there's something wrong with the data. My FX book cannot display that properly. Yeah, some stats, but it's just 3 months. I cannot go further back in time. I mean, it shows the totals, but it doesn't make analytics. It's minus 3,100 pips.
Wow.
But it makes money.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, Fish, I'm going to take off. Have a good Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. A nice weekend.
Yeah. Going to the gym. Yeah. Take it easy. Thank you for everything today.
Alright, have fun.